How you doing? I did not think that I would get to film this video today. I thought it was going to have to wait at least another week and a half. I am leaving for Canada in less than 40 hours, but FedEx has come through for me. So let me give you a bit of backstory here. You may remember quite a while ago on this channel, I made a video about my first ever 8-string. It was an Ibanez RGDMS8 that Ibanez had sent out to me to be my first ever 8-string, and for a while, I was flying high with that thing. I was loving it. And it was one of my favorite guitars to play. It had, well, 8 strings, was a multi-scale, had 9-string Fishman Fluence pickups in it, and I enjoyed it so much it was like one of 2 daily drivers in my arsenal. But you may have also noticed that it's been gone for a while. It's not in the background of my videos anymore, and you haven't seen me play it in months. And that's because at some point, it started giving me so much trouble that I ended up selling it for an absolute throwaway price just to get it out of my fucking house, because it was annoying me. The frets started sprouting like crazy, and I had heard of this happening with the RGDMS8 specifically before, so I figured it was kind of just a bad batch of wood, but everybody else that had told me this was happening to them, and this was like literally 3 or 4 people, not one, they'd gotten their guitars way before I got mine, so I figured, oh, mine's newer, it won't have that same batch of bad fretboard wood. Bubkiss. Nonsense. It ended up needing a setup and the fret ends filed like every 2, 3, 4 weeks, and I just did not want to put up with that anymore. So I sold it for way less than it's worth, but, you know, what am I going to sell a guitar for that just constantly needs attention? And that left me with no longer an 8-string. Now, I have plenty of 7 strings, but I really don't want to put strings thick enough on any of those to tune them to an 8-string tuning. And so I was left not being able to play Meshuggah for a while, which really annoyed me because I like to play Meshuggah. But then a while back, Kiesel were kind enough to fulfill my dream of owning a V220, and they sent me this thing, and I absolutely loved it. And so I figured, you know what? I'll push my luck a little bit, and I'll email my guy at Kiesel, Brandon, to ask if they want to make me a headless Veda 8-string. Now, the Veda is probably Kiesel's nicest headless shape. I love it so much. It's a very nice modern take on a Superstrat. Sort of looks a bit like a tooth, and I really like it. And Brandon's response to that, and I will put all of these emails on screen for proof that I'm not part of some launch campaign or something, was, yeah, sure, we could do that, but you know that Kaiba we came out with recently? Well, there's a headless version in the works. And so since I was going for a headless 8-string anyway, and the Kaiba is also a super strat shape, it's not like deviating super far from what I actually wanted, I said, you know what? I was actually quite intrigued by the Kaiba body shape in the first place, and this seems to have some specs that other headless guitars don't, at least for the most part, so why not? I mean, I had already spec'd out the Veda and the configurator and everything, but yeah, it's whatever. Essentially what I wanted was for the body to just be solid color pink, and then to have blue and yellow worked into it somehow, and preferably also the rainbow color Kiesel logo, just to make the thing look as stupid as possible in the best way possible. And so the only specs that I actually gave, because I didn't really care what was what color and I kind of wanted to be surprised by it a little bit, was preferably a roasted maple neck and hardtail, because I'm not a big tremolo guy, especially not on an 8-string. The fuck am I going to do with the tremolo on an 8-string? And it's here, it's ready. It's currently September 11th, that's a good date. It's currently September 11th of 2025, and I gave Brandon my specs, or you know, what little specs that I did wish for, on August 5th. So it's been a little over a month, which is extremely speedy, but I do think they wanted to get me this thing fairly quick, just so the headless Kaiba hype is still fresh, but that's not going to be in the title of this video at all, so, you know, oopsie. This is also just an unboxing. I will spend some time with this when I get back from Canada, and there will be a full-on review of the guitar itself. This is just the unboxing, because I also do not know what this looks like yet. Oh, look how cute it is. Looks like a violin case. Okay, let's get into it. I was expecting it to be wrapped or something, not to like be looking straight at it. Wow, they really did make this as stupid as possible. Holy fucking shit. Okay, so the inlays are green. I might have said green. I'm not sure if I said yellow. It is very possible that I said green. I know most of you are gonna hate this, right? Which is fine. It's mine, it's not yours. They're a custom shop company. You don't have to get my configuration. But this is exactly what I want. This is as ridiculous as I wanted it to be, but it's also beautiful. This is immaculately made. Oh, it's got a coil split. I didn't specifically ask for that, so I figured it wouldn't have one. That's cool. Not all that much to get into. 2 humbuckers. I don't know which ones. Probably just whatever is the stock option when you don't actually bother to select a different one. Push-pull coil split. 3-way selector. Hardtail headless bridge. And the thing that we're kind of saying is one of the selling points of this is it's got, well, not a mini headstock, but it has this headpiece, which ideally should allow it to hang in a wall hanger. So I'm going to check the validity on that one real quick. I forgot that this is an 8-string and it doesn't fit in a standard wall hanger in the first place, so I'll take their word for it. I mean, just look at that. I do also generally like the Kyber shape. Like, the moment I first saw it, this is the first one that I've ever, like, held or even looked at up close. But the moment I saw it for the first time, I was like, oh, that looks like a very comfortable ergonomic take on a Super Strat. That's exactly what it is. It rests super nicely in classical position. This is a formidable weapon. Also, look at that beautiful Kyber engraving on the back plate. So like I said, even though I will be plugging this in about 2 minutes from now, I won't be doing that on camera because I don't want to give a sound demo yet before I've gotten like a good feel for how the pickups sound. I don't want to give an official recommendation to buy this thing yet before I've gotten to spend some time with it. And like I said, I'm boarding a plane to Canada in not even 2 days. So it's gonna be a little while, but I'm gonna try to have the full in-depth honest review out by the end of the month. You guys know I don't hold back on shit when I don't like it. I can already tell I may not like the fact that it has both strap pegs on the back. I generally like the one on the back of the top horn, but this is a bit weird to me. Like, in my mind, that one should be here, but I understand why they didn't put it there because it's very, very thin. Like, they could have hardly fit the screw in there, but I'll see how I like it. So far, though, no fret issues. Now, the Ibanez didn't have any of those to begin with. They popped up after about 6 to 8 months, I think. And then once I'd owned it for about a year, I started getting sick of it and I had to sell it. So the title of this video is not a lie. I did indeed switch my Ibanez for a Kiesel because this is now my only 8-string and presumably will stay my only 8-string for a while because I don't really need 2 8-strings. I don't change tunings on an 8-string too much. If I want to, this is readily available to retune. It's not an Evertune or some shit. But I think this will be with me for a long, long time because I don't think it's going to have the issues that an Indonesian-made Ibanez has. I'm pretty sure that one was Indonesian. That guitar, in the long run, was not good. And I know many people, like I said, at least 3 or 4 other players who also had issues with that same guitar in the long run. And I've since then told about 3 people not to buy that same guitar because they will also end up having issues with it in the long run. So yes, this is also a message not to buy an RGDMS8. The next video on this guitar will be whether or not you should buy this one instead. So thank you for watching the unboxing and my candid live reaction to this guitar that I didn't actually entirely spec out, so I was as surprised by it as you were. Thank you to Kiesel for this thing. It will be put to good use in lots of my content, and I'll see you around.